Oh man, what that was not as smooth of an intro as I wanted. Anyway, what happened to me? Put me back, bring me back, bro. Oh, welcome everybody. Welcome to another Sunday night chill stream. We are back. I thought I had everything ironed out, but as usual, I don't. It's all a complete disaster. Plus, I'm starting. It looks like 8 minutes late. Um, the new intro outro music, I shrunk it down. I made a video of it, and I was gonna just play the video for the first 6 minutes and 30 seconds, but that file wouldn't upload. It was too big, and then a bunch of other stuff. So I shrunk it down to that littler bit, which is like supposed to be a minute 17, but I'm not sure. I think I had the mic. I think I had the mic off for the first 50 seconds of that. So whatever. It's a disaster as per usual. Let's be honest. Things are well, whatever. This is the show. You get where you get what you pay for. Let's leave. That's where we're at. Anyway, tonight's show, accept all cookies. Right? Whenever you go to a website, you see it says accept all cookies, except I changed mine tonight to be accept all cookies. Federico Vasconcelos. Vasconcelos. Federico Vasconcelos, whatever. Hey, Federico, welcome to the show. I butchered your name like 3 times. Biggest news of the week for me personally, is I got banned from Twitter. I am off Twitter forever. Elon Musk has hit me with the ban hammer, and that is that. I am never, ever going back. When I get the notice Saturday. So, and I appealed it, but of course, you're not coming back from that. They're going to ban who they want to ban, and that's it. You know what I mean? There's no coming back from it. And as much as I initially feel unhappy about it, in the long run, being banned from Twitter is going to be really good for me, because I spend way too much fucking time on that app. Way too much time on fucking Twitter, and it just was not doing me any good, really. The thing I'm really going to miss about it, from the perspective of this show, was I used to be able to grab and curate a whole bunch of stuff off of Twitter, because I had all these Bitcoin Twitter feeds, and other people who were looking at Bitcoin news, they would tweet it, and then I could just steal it real quick. So I was having like-minded individuals curate the show for me, but now I'm going to have to do that myself. Google Bitcoin news, and then scroll through all that shit and figure out what it is I should be doing. Federico in the chat. Jared Taylor should be on Twitter. He did nothing wrong. No one did anything wrong, but you don't. Imagining that you live in a world where that's rules based, and you don't want literally nobody who makes that complaint wants to actually live in a world with rules, because if the rules were applied evenly and equally, you'd still be banned. So that's the reality. Who's that? The Kathy Griffin woman got banned, and she started using her dead mother's account. And what's that guy? Keith Olbermann. He's like a boomer leftist dude that was on TV a few years back. I think he was a sports pool guy mostly, but then he became, I guess once he got old and he got some money, he got opinionated. Anyway, he got banned, and he'd made it, I guess as a joke, he made an account for his dog or something like that. So he's like, haha, I'm using my dog's account or something. And all the right wingers on Twitter are like, oh, look at how pathetic these people are. Look at they can't stay away from this platform, or blah, 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 blah. This and that. And I'm like, wait a minute. These are the same people that when under the previous regime, when their guys got banned with their Pepe the Frog avatars or whatever, with their Hitler stuff, and the guy would come back and say, hey, this is my first time here. Can you help me find some friends? I've never been here before, and everybody would laugh and joke like this guy gets snuck back in. you snuck back in using a burner phone or some other method, a different email. You used a different computer that so you had a you could get back on, and it was hilarious, and you were a determined hero when it's your guys getting back on the platform. But when it's the people you don't like getting back on the platform, they're pathetic dopamine junkies that are only deserving of your contempt. So and this is why you really don't want rules-based shit. You just want a dude with your worldview in charge, and that's literally never going to happen. The things that you guys don't get, Judas Fly Chai, Persian Mission guy, happy Hanukkah, sir. It's Hanukkah. And this is the greatest. 2022 Hanukkah is going to be the greatest gift to us, the Gentiles, that your people could possibly give. We're going to get into that later. But this social media ban, if you like the guy and he's banned, well, it's an injustice. And if you hate the guy and he's banned, it's a cause for celebration. It's just such childish bullshit. Like I said, you don't really want a rules-based system, because a rules-based system means you lose anyway. Literally in almost every possible way you could think about this. This is how it comes off. Judas Fly Chai in the chat. I am the greatest gift to the Gentile. Wow, I had no idea of that, sir. But you must be smoking a particularly potent strain tonight, if you believe that from whatever perch you are in the mountains of the hills of California, that your presence is a gift to those below you. That would be, you're literally, do you live at Judas Fly Chai, do you live on a mountain? And when do you like spark the bowl up, when you blaze, is that like, do you have like a Moses moment where you like get transported back to like ancient times? You know what I mean? When you're blazing away in the hills of Los Angeles, right? My Hebrew name is Hero of Hanukkah. Really? Are you serious? Matt, in the chat, Judas Fly Chai is saying his Hebrew name is Mattiyahu, Hero of Hanukkah. That is fucking amazing. I did not know that. I didn't know you guys named each other to stuff like that. I didn't even know there was an individual hero from Hanukkah. But anyway, there's so much cool stuff that's going on. I literally can't help myself. Although I was like, listen, I've been trying to start fights with everybody everywhere, all over social media, to try and be entertaining, because the reality is there's going to be no serious discussion of any of this, right? And I'm not the guy to do any serious discussion. I sound like Joey Bag of Donuts, and when people disagree with me, I fucking tear into them like a stand-up comedian on a 3-day drunk. You know what I mean? That's what I do, and people like to see that. But and I'm like multiple platforms trying to like start shit, and it's just nobody's going for it. It's just not happening anymore, and it's not because anybody knows who I am. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. But those days are over. I wish I could keep doing that, but that doesn't look like that's realistically going to happen. And that, other than the fact that I'm still on the transgender medications, which is like fucking definitely increasing my aggression. Judas Fly Chai, his grandfather's name. Your grandfather was the grandfather of the grandfather of the grandfather of the Hanukkah. That is, I wonder how many Jews would make that claim. Probably a lot. At least they didn't call you Mashiach. You know what I mean? That would be, because that's a heavy weight on your shoulders. I'm thinking if you were named Moshiach, Judas Fly Moshiach, the base Persian Michelin guy, that would be a heavy burden of responsibility, sir. I'm not sure one man could handle it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Nobody's going to fight me on Twitter, and I just was like literally trying to start with anybody. And what the tweet that actually got me banned was, there's some dude that's an atheist, and believe me, I'm an atheist, but he's like deliberately fucking with Christians on like Christmas is coming. You know what I mean? So, and he's like blah 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 blah, all this stuff, like anti-religious stuff, And I tweeted, what I tweeted was, I said, if you said that, if you spoke that way IRL, you know what I mean? If you spoke that way in real life, somebody's likely to punch you in the mouth. You know what I mean? I said, but instead you hide behind a screen on Twitter and you tell yourself this is for the greater good to knock the delusions of religion out of people's heads. I said, and you're just trying to be a fucking punk on Christmas. Like, let these people have Christmas. Virgil Dog, Purple Heart, welcome to the show, sir. Let these people have Christmas, whether you believe or you don't believe. Would you let them have Christmas? Like, why do you got to try? You're going out of your way to ruin people's holiday. Don't do that. Don't do that. Judith Slychai, going deep with the grandpa history. My grandfather was also Sandak. He held me at my breast. Kabbalah says that you absorb the spirit of your Sandak, but only Hebrews can have Sandaks. Gentiles aren't commanded to have a breast. No, we effectively have that as what is it? What do they call that? Circumcision. You know, we get it anyway, just not the religious. We're on the receiving end, but we don't get the blessing. We don't get the mitzvah of it. We just it's just a mark of our lowered status. Anyway, speaking of which, let's go. I saw this, and for me driving around where I drive around, I can't. People might think you're upset that I obsessed about this stuff, and I really try not to think about it. But there are times, and I literally can't avoid it. I'm gonna show a video. This is like a 7-second video. 7-second video. Just trying to go to work. This was it was Saturday night. It was right before right before this whole thing kicked off.
There it is, Chabad of Hoboken.
So that's like there are giant menorahs everywhere. They're around the airports. They're at the Holland Tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel. They're all over New York City. Like, it's in your face as a dominance display. There are no crosses being displayed. There's no crescent moon or whatever the Muslims think is a religious symbol. It's like a crescent moon and a star or whatever it is. You don't see any of that, right? You know what I mean? There's no big fat golden Buddhas. You know what I mean? It's just, this is, boom, we dominate. It's lit up. It's in your face. You were reminded who runs this fucking show. No matter how much you don't want to be reminded. Now, really, most people don't even get that. They drive right past it. Doesn't mean anything to them. But for people who are aware, they're like, yeah, they're just rubbing your fucking nose. Just rubbing your fucking nose in it. And this is the world we live in. So the dissident right, or whatever that thing used to be, which is no more. Anything that's left that still subscribes to the show, you should probably unsubscribe, because I'm leaving you way, way, way behind. But these people are like, they're worried about, or they think, oh, people are starting to wake up. Nobody's fucking waking up, and waking up is bullshit. That's like, I was thinking about how much of a child's fucking worldview is that. People are starting to wake up. Yeah, mommy and daddy wake up and then they cook breakfast. Like, what are you, a fucking child? People don't need to wake up. People need to do shit. Adults do shit. You know what I mean? They don't just fucking wake up. You wake up and that's the beginning of you starting to do shit for important things for a long fucking time. It's only children that think that waking up is the important. And there's a video. I got a video. This is a longer one, but this is well, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go to Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, as everyone knows, is like, I don't know, he's the leader of Western intellectual thought or whatever. And he's the most fucking shabbos boy of all the shabbos. And there's video of him, and he was just in Israel with Ben Shapiro, and he was walking around the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and they kicked all the Muslims out, and he's like thinking, how holy it is to kick the people who built the temple out of their own fucking temple. You know what I mean? And they blew fucking smoke up his ass. They still value whatever it is they think he does quite a bit, or else they wouldn't have made him go brought him to Israel and give him let's walk around a piece of a religious shrine that we don't own. So here's Jordan Peterson. It's 20 seconds, but it's kind of self-explanatory.
You know, when people meet me on the street, they'll say things like, I met a couple of Orthodox Jews in New York, and they said to me on the street that they call me rabbi, which was it's a hell of a thing to hear, you know.
Can you imagine? You pretend to be a Christian, and the people who killed Jesus, right, the Christ killers, come up to you and they go, "Hey, Rabbi," and you're like, and then you're gonna cry. You were so in love with the people who hate you, right? That you know they could just blow that smoke right up your fucking ass, and you were like in fucking tears. You think what a fucking honor it is. Like, and by the way, calling somebody rabbi in New York City is like that term has been used by tons of people. It means somebody who's smart and who has power. That's what it means. So it's technically it's an anti-Semitic reference. But if you get a promotion at your job, you go, "Hey, how'd you get that promotion?" "Oh, I got a rabbi." You know what I mean? That was not uncommon to hear when I was growing up. But to Jordan Peterson, this goofball fucking pill popping junkie from Canada who fucking loves who loves Solzhenitsyn, but somehow avoids the fact that everyone in or most of the bad guys in the NKVD are chosen people. Somehow he misses that, right? But they call him rabbi, and he's like literally in tears. "Oh, it's a hell of a thing." Really? You fucking candy ass. Jesus. Like that is Canada, do better. Do better as a country, Canada. You used to be full of like crazy French hockey players with no teeth. You know what I mean? They would punch anybody and they would hit each other with sticks. And now you cry when some fucking bagel bender from Williamsburg, calls you a fucking a Yiddish word. Come on, do better, Canada. You know what I mean? I'm very disappointed in you. So, but I don't know what percentage of my audience is Canadian based, but listen, get it together, boys. Come on, get it together. Let's see what's in the chat. It's forbidden to fly a plane over the Temple Mount. Temple Mount is off limits until Moshiach arrives. Well, not for Dr. Baruch Goldstein. He kind of changed all that. As you know, Dr. Baruch Goldstein from Brooklyn, New York, traveled to Israel in 1976, got hold of a select fire AK-47 and some hand grenades, and went in and attacked the worshippers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque during services. I don't know how many he killed, but you have a room full of people, already on the floor, facing away from you, and you got a machine gun and 2 hand grenades. He did a lot of fucking damage. And for that act, the Muslims decided to give up half of the Al-Aqsa Mosque to the Jews so they could do whatever they wanted. That's if who was that guy that went into the Pennsylvania guy that went and shot up the synagogue a couple of years back? They said he had an account at Gab or whatever, blah 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 blah. He was a real NPC. He shot up the synagogue in Pittsburgh or wherever it was. I think it was Pittsburgh. So did the Jews turn it halfway into a church? Did they say, okay, you know what, we're going to open it up on Sunday and let the Christians go? They didn't say that, right? But when Baruch Goldstein shut up the Al-Aqsa Mosque, you know what I mean? The Muslims said, okay, well, come on, you could use this part-time, And there's a giant marble, how do I say giant? I mean, it's something like 3 feet high, 2 or 3 feet high, but it's like 14 by 14 by 14 marble monument to this guy. And Jews go over there and they cry over all the time. They consider this guy a hero for shooting innocent worshipers in the back during services. So let's not pretend that the rules are respected, because the rules are not respected. Judas Fleischai, I don't endorse Goldstein. He was a psycho. I agree with you, sir. However, the reaction that the Islamic community had versus the reaction of the guy who shot up the Pittsburgh synagogue, but the reaction that global jury had, entirely different. One standard for you, another standard for us, but not forever, and not in the most important way. And this is, I'm not joking when I say this. This Hanukkah, the chosen people have given the goy a great gift. By the way, we're not going to be sober. I'm going to try to drink, although I'm still eating that xylitol sugar shit. It's fucking killing my appetite. I'm going to end up losing weight. But I love that stuff. Between my fucking transgender medications and my artificial sugar to clear my sinuses, I'm like a new man. I'm like the same guy as I was, just more energy to be an asshole. Okay, let's go. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Yeah. What the fuck? Okay. The level of here. Let's show this. So there you go. Chabad Lubavitch going to have a menorah lighting at Monday Night Football, right? There's just nothing. The goy will have nothing. They will not have. You're not allowed to kneel in Christian prayer before a football game. They outlawed that even at the fucking high school level. At the high school level, they had court fucking cases over the coach leading the fucking team in a prayer. But fuck if they're not going to light a giant menorah before NFL football, right? You know, for people to pretend that this aggressive attack on goy culture, which is football, is not what it is really fucked up. Okay, well, what's the gift? What really is the gift that the Jews have given the Gentiles this year? And I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's Sam Bankman-Fried. And I didn't realize this until just a little while ago. And when I first saw it, I'm like, you know, you go, what, that fucking crypto guy, he stole $10 billion, blah, 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 blah. Sam Bankman-Fried is as the monster fuck up that he is. And initially I thought he was spooked up. I thought there was alphabet agencies behind him. I thought, you know, he was part of a bigger plan. You know what I mean? Like that there were powerful people behind him that really wanted him to succeed in doing whatever he was doing. I was 100% convinced of that because, like, I'm thinking, how the fuck do you get away with this? He's from an elite school, an elite, supposedly Wall Street trading firm, and you know, and he does this incredible fucking, incredibly stupid and obvious crime, and it's got to be for a reason, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm using my imagination to fill in details that don't exist IRL. But like the previous fucking hackers, the Bitfinex hackers that stole whatever, you know, that they call the two dorks, the Jewish cybersecurity expert and his Turkish wife who stole billions in Bitcoin. They were just literally right there, right near the cookie jar, and they just took all the cookies. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm here to protect the cookies, except I'm stealing all the cookies. That's the title of this stream, and that's what the SBF did. He is such a massive fuck up. And his fuck up is this. They thought they were clever, or he thought he was clever, and he donated $52 million to the Democratic National Party, some of which went to the White House. And the questions about this guy, Fox News was torturing that whatever Shaniqua, the Shaniqua White House press person, about this, and she mentioned something about the Hatch Act, whatever the fuck that is. This is the stink of corruption, right? Of financial corruption leads from SBF to the door of the fucking White House. And you can't fucking have this. They can't fucking have this. This dumb fucking sucker has literally is looking to destroy the American political system. And the American political system exists to prop up the Federal Reserve note. Right? The Democrats are on the fucking verge of uniparty rule. Okay? The Republicans are finished. And I was thinking about this. When it was on Gab, I said this. Donald Trump was the Republican Party going tits up. You know what I mean? Like that's an English phrase. It means you just roll over. You're just going to let it happen. So you're finished. You know what I mean? It's over for you. There's no more resistance. And Donald Trump was tits up for the Republicans. Although I think a lot of people don't see it. They think, no, it's a revival. It's this and that. It's his party now. It's finished. The Democrats are going to win every fucking national election from now until I fucking die. You know what I mean? And maybe even longer. Okay? They will fucking rule unfucking opposed. Unopposed. Yeah, there'll be a few little holdouts, this state, that state, you know, Tennessee, whatever, Omaha, something like that. But the Republicans are finished. They're not even going to pretend to be a party. There's no money to start a third party. That's all bullshit. Okay? And all of the agenda that they want, the gay shit, the ESG, you know, the social credit score, what's your carbon credit score? Oh, you use too much carbon, you know, when you turn on the air conditioner, so you can't have a hamburger on the weekends. All that stuff is they're going to be moving towards that, stumbling towards that, trying to, and there's going to be no one to oppose them. You could say, well, the Republicans didn't really oppose them before, but you know, it's going to be a clear, open field, and they're going to run the economy entirely, and everything's going to be great, at least for a short term. Especially if you're on board with that. For everyone who's not on board with that, you're going to be miserable beyond miserable. It's going to be loss after humiliating loss after humiliating loss, and you're going to keep believing in some new hero. It's going to be Trump. It's going to be Elon Musk. They're going to whatever it is you want to see, they'll present to you. Right? If they perceive a demand for right now, it's billionaire heroes, courageous outsiders. How the fuck is Elon a courageous outsider? He has like $200 fucking million in Pentagon contracts. That's not, eccentric outsiders don't get $200 billion Pentagon contracts. It just doesn't. So, but whatever you want to believe, whatever narrative they think you'll swallow, they'll fucking feed to you. Or to feed to, not you, but people like Ziggy. Federico in the chat, SBF and the Bahamian prison system are a match made in heaven. He's currently, I just read what is it, the district, the Southern District, New York, prosecuting attorneys like out of his mind with the nation of Bahamas, is like, hand this fucking guy over. And SBF says, I want to see the indictment against me first. This guy has fucking publicly admitted on video to like dozens of fucking securities violations. His fuck up threatens all of Wall Street, not crypto, because they don't even give a shit about crypto. Bitcoin to the Rothschilds and to these other people is an annoyance that because Bitcoin mining is done by Exxon and Royal Dutch Shell and these other oil companies, and some it's keeping nuclear power plants alive because it's making them more profitable. One of the ways they kill nuclear power is by making it unprofitable. Not that it's dangerous, they just make it super unprofitable. But Bitcoin mining is making nuclear power profitable again. Sources of power that literally they don't control. So this fuck up, you know what I mean, for a lousy $10 billion is like literally going to destroy all the financial markets and the fucking White House and the Democratic Party and completely change the face of the fucking United States politics. And that is not going to happen, motherfucker. That is not going to happen. No, sir. It will not happen. Is never going to happen. And they're going to fucking come down on these motherfuckers like a ton of bricks. Once Christmas is over and 2023 starts, take a look at this next video. The new CEO was told to tell everyone, to make a public statement, that SBF and his entire family benefited from this criminal scheme. They're going to put his fucking parents in jail. They're going to, or fucking house arrest. They must be pulling their hair out of their heads. They're whipping out every fucking Jew card they could possibly rip. Like, they don't understand how badly they fucked up. They think they're going to get away with it. They're going to do their typical tricks, and here's their typical trick. He's claiming that he's a victim of anti-Semitism. Can you fucking believe it? Can you fucking believe it? That's how desperate they are. Like, Sam Bankman-Fried is going to try and I don't know, is he supposed to be Anne Frank? Is he hiding in the basement of the fucking prison in the Bahamas? Is that what and the evil prosecutor from the Southern District of New York is like the Nazi officer. You are hiding Sam Bankman-Fried in the basement, aren't you? He's going away because somehow this guy's, and he's a fuck up of fuck-ups. You have to know he's a fuck up of fuck ups. Like, they can't fix this. They can't make this shit go away. He has violated campaign finance laws. These are federal fuck. This is a huge fucking thing. And you could say, well, the government's corrupt and the campaigns are corrupt. Then whether they're corrupt or not corrupt, there's a legal way to funnel money in there. And if the money you gave them was from criminal sources, they're fucking destroyed. This is way, 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 way bigger than people think it is. Okay. And this guy has no way of proving, oh, the money I gave Joe Biden in 2019 was clean money. The money I stole afterwards is the dirty money. He has no fucking way to prove that. And they have no way to prove that to the fucking public. This guy's got to go, and he's gonna fucking go. He's gonna go, and like, it's gonna be fucking glorious. It's gonna be absolutely fucking glorious. Here's what he's facing. Here's what they've publicly said he's facing. $115 years. 115 years. Bernie Madoff got 150. So a century in fucking federal prison. They're not fucking around. Okay. And his claims of anti-Semitism or whatever, none of this is going to work because he's the fuck up who managed to fuck everything up. This is a screw up elite that, I mean, if he just would have stole $10 billion, nobody would give a shit. Like, literally nobody would care. They would cut a deal and fucking let him stay in the Bahamas. It's not the stealing of the 10 billion. You know what I mean? It's crypto trading, which is unregulated, unregistered securities, like unregistered stocks. You know what I mean? Which is 100% illegal. You can't do that. And you go, yeah, but stocks are all pump and dump. Yes, I know, except there are rules and you have to play by the rules. And Sam Bankman-Fried decided, I don't want to play by the rules. All the cookies are mine. I'm just putting my hands 2 hands in a cookie jar, I'm taking all the cookies. Except he forgot that all the cookies belong to the fucking Fed Gov, right? And the U.S. federal government exists to keep the Federal Reserve note as the global reserve fucking currency. And you threaten that and you'll be fucking crushed. This motherfucker's going to get crushed. Don't give a shit about his family. They're throwing his parents in with him. They're getting ready to throw his parents in with him. And what this is going to do is this is going to force the federal government to regulate all this shit. There's going to be no more various electronic tokens, crypto this, crypto that, hundreds, 20,000, 30,000 different cryptos. You have no idea what the fuck it is, where they come from, the Dogecoin, the little dog one, all of that shit. All of that's going to fucking end. It's not going to, this is going to start after Christmas. We're going to get through Christmas first. But they're going to do that. And in the long run, that means Bitcoin's going to win. This is good. They're going to have to legitimize this entire thing in order to stay legitimate themselves as the legitimate legal political power to rule the United States. They cannot be seen as accepting money from felons. Not tens of millions of dollars. It can't be seen like that. It's just not going to happen. Behind the scenes, I don't give a fuck who the Bankman-Frieds know. They're going down. They're going. They cannot stand. They threaten this motherfucker. How he managed to do it, I don't know. This is Jewish genius. This is some fucking Semitic genius here. Managed to fucking threaten the entire American political and economic system, all stuff in his pockets. And that's the gift he's given us. That's the gift he's giving Bitcoiners. Because Bitcoin, long run, is going to come out of this in fucking great shape. Once it's safe and clear and big money can step into it, it's going to skyrocket. So right now, $16,000 Bitcoin, 16.4, 16.5. You're looking at it. You're saying it's a piece of shit. You're doing whatever bullshit excuses you're coming up with. I want to hear those excuses in 5 fucking years. I want to hear those excuses in 5 years, because 5 years from now, it's going to be extremely fucking different. Extremely different. The world works in ways you don't particularly understand. You imagine you understand, but you don't. Show that. You really don't want to fucking really. I'll show you another video in a second of this one. This was like a TikTok video and somebody mixed it with something else. And thank God I grabbed it off fucking Twitter before I was permabanned, because this next video you have the potential to learn about who you really are versus who really makes the world fucking work.
Welcome to a day in my life as a Twitter employee. So this past week went to SF for the first time at a Twitter office, badged in. Honestly, took a moment to just sit and think on what a blessing. Also started my morning off with an iced matcha from the pitch. Then I had a meeting, so quickly scheduled one of these little pod rooms, which were so cool. They're literally noise canceling. Took my meeting, got back for lunch. Look how delicious this food was. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. Then made my way down to this log cabin area. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool. Some free small with my friends to kind of unwind a bit. Also found this really cool meditation room that I thought was super neat. I didn't do any yoga, but they have this yoga room if you are a yogi, so also thought that was really cool. Had a couple more meetings in the afternoon, had a ton of projects that we needed to knock out, so went to the library to kind of get some more work done. Obviously had to have our afternoon coffee, so made some espresso, and then before leaving for the day, had some red wine on that's fun. Went up to the rooftop and just honestly enjoyed the beautiful evening. So awesome trip.
You see that? All right. Which one are you? If that's a spectrum, where are you closest to? All right. The guys on the right side of your screen, those guys covered in fucking mud, they're oil field roughnecks. Those pipes are pipes going down to drill into the earth, to fucking get the oil that's necessary to keep the fucking lights on. That's everything plastic you see. The food you ate tonight, whether you ate it in a restaurant or it came from the fucking supermarket, was delivered by a truck that runs on fucking oil. Without those guys, you fucking die. You fucking sit alone in the fucking dark. You have no fucking car, no phone, no fucking lights, nothing. You fucking starve to death. That's the real fucking world. That's what runs those motherfuckers are the critical motherfuckers. The rest of you are fucking LARPing with your fucking smoothies and whatever other stupid shit you do. You have no idea what supports your fucking world. You have no idea what makes your life possible. And neither do the people in charge. None of the politicians do. Okay? They have no fucking idea what really fucking keeps them alive. They don't know. And it's possible to fuck up things on levels previously thought impossible. And that's what Sam Bankman-Fried did. You think, well, he's just another Jewish scammer. He's just another thief, just another pumper and dumper from Wall Street or whatever. No. He will go down in fucking history. He will go down in history as the man, as the Jew, right? as the Jew that gave Bitcoin the legitimacy to take over the fucking world. That's how crazy fucking life is. That's how crazy life is. That video I just showed you, those two things juxtaposed right next to each other, seems insane, right? That dopey chick, she has no idea how her life is provided. And those guys, they don't just do that shit on land. They do that shit on fucking offshore rigs in the middle of the fucking ocean. You see that machinery? They lose fucking hand, they lose fingers. You fuck up, you fall dead. Like, do you understand? If you get hit with one of those things, you're gonna break bones. It can fucking crush your fucking limbs. You think there's a fucking hospital emergency room nearby? You think you get the fucking emergency care in 30 minutes? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how much they pay those guys? The answer is whatever the fuck those guys want. If those guys ever walk off the job, if they go, fuck you, I'm going home to wherever they live, Tennessee, fucking Texas, Oklahoma, where, fuck you, I'm going home. I want to go see my wife. I want to go see my fucking kids. You can't tell the guy to go fuck himself. You have to say, okay, yeah, we'll fly you. We'll put you in a private jet. You know, you need Christmas presents for your kids, whatever you need. You have to kiss that motherfucker's ass because ain't nobody doing that job except white guys. No Mexicans, no fucking blacks, no fucking women, no fucking chicks, chinks. That ain't fucking happening. Has never happened, will not fucking happen. None of those guys don't have a college degree. They probably can't spell the words college and degree. But you die without them doing what they do. You don't know that. You live in a dream world where everything just appears and you complain because the line at the fucking supermarket's taking too long. You have no idea how the fucking world works, what makes it work, what makes life possible. You don't know, but you think you do. And as long as you're in that little bubble, as long as those guys are doing the shit that they need to do, you get to live in your little bubble. But if something goes wrong, if somebody fucks it, the politicians fuck it up, or whatever, you know what I mean? These guys decide they don't want to do that shit anymore. You're going to find yourself in a fucking world that is beyond the fucking nightmare. Federico in the chat, yeah, he get life. He's going to get more than life. He's going to get 115 years, and his parents are going to prison as well. Everyone who benefited from that criminal conspiracy, you know what I mean? Because you're not taking down the White House. If he had given the money to Joe Biden, and this was the second Biden administration, like this was not the first one, this was the second Biden administration, and they were halfway through the second Biden administration, they would just ride it out. They would fucking push it off. You know what I mean? They'd be like, listen, fucking 6 more months, you know, a new president's going to be elected no matter what. We'll shift the focus away, blah, 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 blah. But it's Biden's it's his first term. And he's halfway through it, and this gets dumped in his fucking lap. Like this is a nightmare beyond all fucking nightmares. He received money directly from this fucking crook who's hiding in the fucking Bahamas. This is like, you could not write a better fucking story. So, and he's Jewish as Jewish can get, and he's going to do for Bitcoin what no one else could do. There's going to be two men for whom Bitcoin is fucking eternally grateful. One is Satoshi Nakamoto, and the second one is Sam Bankman-Fried. As crazy as that sounds, that's what's going to happen. Because you ain't taking down the White House, you ain't taking down the Democratic Party, you're not going to destroy Wall Street over a lousy $10 billion. $10 billion is chicken feed. We send that shit to fucking Ukraine every other fucking week. $10 billion is chicken feed. It's not even money, not to the U.S. government. You know what I mean? The Pentagon gets what, 770 billion a year, right? Every year, year after year. What's fucking 10 billion? 10 billion wouldn't keep the fucking keeping the Pentagon up for 30 days. 30 days to run the fucking Pentagon. It ain't nothing. Forget about Social Security and all the rest of it. All the things that are necessary to keep this fucking country alive. You do not fuck with this. You're not going to destroy Wall Street. You're not going to do it. We're going to, sooner or later, probably right after Christmas, they're going to grab this motherfucker and they're going to drag him back to New York and they're going to do a perp walk on TV and, with fucking handcuffs, and they're going to fucking put this guy away. They're going to put him underneath the fucking chair. Judas Lai Chai in the chat. I hope Sam is not halakhically a Hebrew. I don't know what that means. Of course, he's halakhically a Hebrew. He's not, and listen to me. He's not running away to Israel. Israel is not going to do this. Yeah, after Hanukkah, it's after Christmas. It's Hanukkah and Christmas. Hanukkah ends when Christmas starts. But this is the greatest Christmas, the greatest Hanukkah gift ever. You know what I mean? I didn't see it. Like I said, when I looked at it the first time, and it just didn't register in my brain. I was in a fucking fog, But now I'm like, holy fuck! It's like you can't let the guy get away with this. And all of those stories I just showed, 115 years, parents were in it with him. They're showing you in advance what they're going to hit this fucking guy with, and he doesn't want to face reality. You know what I mean? But you're going to be made to face reality, and nobody they can call. All of their powerful Jewish friends are going to say, you know what? Good luck. Hire a good lawyer. And it's still not going to help. You're still going to be done. Fucking toast. Complete fucking toast. And it's going to set the stage. And again, it's not tomorrow, but it's going to set the stage for Bitcoin to fucking destroy the US dollar. That's fucking phenomenal. That is such a phenomenal fucking turn of events. I could not have predicted that in 100 fucking years. I mean, mostly I thought that the debt, the crushing debt burden and inflation would make everything that's dollar denominated, the dollar would get weaker and weaker and weaker in America, and rich people would seek some sort of safety and they would eventually flee to Bitcoin. That's what a lot of us thought, but that's not and that ultimately may be what drives it. But it's not going to be organic. It's going to be driven by our friend Sam Bankman-Fried. Federico in the chat, SBS right-hand guy was donating to the Republicans. He was buying them both. Yeah, well, the thing about, picking your co-conspirators to a crime is you got to know that, right? They have to know that they're co-conspirators to a crime. You're making them accessories to securities fraud and campaign finance fraud, before the fact. You're making them accessories before the fact, but I think, I don't know what the charge is. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a prosecutor. I don't know. But he's made them accessories to his crime. He's made all these powerful people accessories to campaign finance. That you can't put 2/3 of the Democratic Party in. I don't care if it's fucking half the Republican Party. You can't put them all in prison for campaign finance violation. You can't. You can't. It's all going to fall on this fucking guy. And as it should. But it shows that at the fucking elite levels, these people could have anything they want as much as they want, and they still fuck it up. They are fuck ups on a scale like it's almost unimaginable. This guy could have just, he could have scammed for billions, for probably for another 2 years. He could fucking live in Dubai. He could do a bunch of shit. He could hire fucking PR people to make it seem like he didn't do what he do. He could find some fucking mentally ill kook to fucking confess to the crime, like if he had enough time. But he fucking dirtied up everybody, and they're not going down for him. And the people that really run this country are not going to let that happen. They're just not going to let it happen, because we got to fucking fight global warming, and we got to make sure the world is safe for transgenders, and we got to fucking have drag queen story hour, and we got to have, we got to get rid of fucking meat from cows and have you eat crickets, and eat the fucking bugs. He stands in the way of all of that, and you go to prison with him. So no, that's not going to happen. You don't understand, but this is fucking huge. Judas Fly Chai, I hope Sam has a good Chabad prison chaplain. Well, if you ever fly out here to the East Coast, sir, you can visit him at Otisville Federal Correctional Institution in Otisville, New York, which is the only kosher prison in the federal system. It's a medium security federal prison that is so Jewish that the entire menu is kosher. And that's where, what's his name? That's where Madoff was there. He was over there. Judas Fly Chai, the penny has finally dropped. The shoe has finally dropped in the chat. Okay, it seems that Sam is as Hebrew as me. May Hashem help him keep the something and whatever. Yeah, he's going to need, may Hashem help him to not drop the soap in the shower, if you know what I'm saying. Hey, Bankman-Fried, don't drop the soap. But yeah, so this is a great thing. What looks initially terrible is actually turned out to be great. Just like my Twitter ban. And initially, I'm like, oh no, what am I going to get my dopamine rush? But the good news is I'll be doing like 10 times more productive shit and not fucking scrolling through Twitter like a degenerate fucking, like a degenerate dopamine junkie like I was doing. So long run, it's going to be very good. It's going to be really, really good. And that's the way you need to see this, okay? And next time, you wonder, how does the world work? Think about those oil field guys. Think about what keeps the fucking lights on. Think about how the food gets to your supermarket. Think about what happens when you turn the knob on your fucking stove. How does all that really fucking happen? It ain't fucking magic. You know what I mean? And there's complex systems put in place for a very long time to fucking make that happen, and they're not going to change quickly. They can be fucked up and destroyed. They can be outlawed and shit. But your life, all of your life, the clothing, anything with polyester in it, you have no, I'm telling you, you would be naked and shivering in a fucking, in an empty fucking room if it wasn't for dudes like that and a lot of other fucking dudes. So you need to fucking focus on what's real. And when you meet Smoothie Girl, who does a team building exercise of whatever the fuck they do, in those dopey jobs, those dilettante jobs, those adult daycare jobs, just understand that you're talking to a child in an adult's body. Federico in the chat, Judas Fly Chai, sorry that he's one of you. See, that's always so bizarre. Like, aren't they all just individuals? Aren't they individuals? Didn't Lex Friedman teach us that when Jews do bad things, they're individuals, but when bad things are done to Jews, they're a cohesive ethnic group? That's why I wish I would have talked to Kanye. When Jews do bad things, it's just an individual. He's just an individual. You know what I mean? But when Hitler, rounds them up in a camp and shoots like 400,000 of them in a week, oh my God, it's a genocide of a people. Then they're not individuals anymore. You know what I mean? So and there's such a great fucking, for people with no accomplishments, they're always trying to attach to other people's accomplishments. You know what I mean? It's like the dudes living in the projects who have no job. You know what I mean? They're like, we was Kangs. You know what I mean? They couldn't fucking, they couldn't change a fucking rubber washer in the fucking sink in the apartment they live. But they imagine they built the fucking pyramids. It's always the no accomplishment motherfuckers that are trying to glom on to some big grandiose thing. You know what I mean? Again, your inability to face reality is mostly comedy for the rest of us. You know, every now and then it gets out of hand, and you have to be brought down to reality. But yeah, this is the greatest fucking gift you could possibly imagine. And it's not obvious when you look at it. It took me a while, and I think about this shit a lot. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, I think I covered everything in my notes, pretty much everything. There's other stuff that's really not that important. But we'll try to keep this on a relatively happy note. Lex Friedman was blaming whites as a group for the wrongs of the past. Yeah, because white people are always Whitey is the devil. Let's be honest. Whitey is the devil, and you know, the Jews are going to save you from yourself. They're going to be destroyed by Sam Bankman-Fried. You don't understand that. You don't see it, and you're so high time preference. When it happens, it'll come as a surprise to you. None of them are. None of these people are. Listen, none of these don't. You know, one of the things about Bitcoiners, and it's something that they say quite often, is kill your heroes. They say kill, meaning to not to have heroes, not to look up to idolize human beings, because human beings are profoundly flawed. They're profoundly flawed. And you say, well, that's obvious, but everybody's got these fucking heroes. Everybody's got these heroes. And the less you meet them, the less contact you have with them, the more you idealize them. You know what I mean? Just like all these fucking incels who don't have a girlfriend, that never had sex with a woman or whatever. They have in their mind like, oh, my trad e-girl wife is going to be blah, 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 this and blah, 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 blah. She'll never do this and she'll never do that. And, you know, like, I understand you don't want to, nobody wants to marry a tattooed whore. I get that. I understand that. But that nobody wants to marry a tattooed whore is one thing. But, you know, insisting on some whacked out, idealized, you know, supermodel who fucking decorates the house like Martha Stewart and cooks like Bobby Flay, and like, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about, you know? And these people are all over fucking social media, you know? And they're shit tier thinkers, you know what I mean? Who have no experience, and they're filling in with their imaginations or what they think appeals to them. What they don't have, they're filling in with their fucking imaginations, and they project that shit on social media. You know, so that none of these people are serious individuals. Everybody's a way more fucking petty, way less impressive than you think they are. They're way less impressive than you think they are. Kill your heroes. Just not Sam Bankman-Fried, not yet. Let him. I want to see him twist slowly. I want to see him slowly twist and set the stage. Set the stage for what's going to come, because it's going to be fucking glorious. Not for you guys, but for people like me, it's going to be fucking glorious. Anyway, I'm coming up on an hour. We'll keep these relatively short. I did an hour, so that was pretty good. Sorry I started late. Hopefully things weren't too terribly fucked up. And then let's see what happens in the coming week, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Good night.